How to win at Instagram without taking a single photo. Instagram, it's all about the photos, right? Well, yes and no. Sure, Instagram is populated largely by images, and this is what was originally focused on when it first came to life. But that doesn't mean that photography is the only thing to be found on the platform. Nor does it mean that you have to be an ace photographer in order to be successful. If you don't have a high-quality camera, if you aren't particularly confident in your ability to take photos, or if you just don't have the time, you can still be highly successful on Instagram. And in this presentation, you're going to find out how. One way to become successful on Instagram without taking a single photo is to use stock photography sites. Sign up to one of those, and you'll be able to find and use photos in any niche or category simply by searching for them. You'll be entitled to edit those images too, and even do things like add writing on top of them. So let's say you have a motivational page. All you need to do is locate photos of people climbing mountains or standing in front of sunsets, and then add in some inspiring quotes using fonts that you get from the same source. It's that easy. That's one way you can create a successful account without taking a single photo, but there are others too. One is to use pictures from other users. You'll need to ask their permission first, but if you can promise free exposure, then most people will be pleased and flattered to be included. This way you can create an account that acts as the best of within a certain category, or a showcase. People will clamor to be featured as your channel grows, and you'll be able to keep a consistent stream of high-quality content without having to take any photos yourself. And we're still just scratching the surface. You can use photos that fall under fair use. You can use illustrations and designs. You can use 3D models, or you can use snippets of audio. All that's standing between you and a highly successful Instagram account then is your imagination. So don't be put off by Instagram just because you aren't a photographer. Think outside the box, and you can still create a highly successful online brand.
I've created the following videos to help you get to 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And each video will focus on one milestone at a time. So for example, the next video after this video is where I'm going to talk about how to get your first 100 subscribers. And in the video after that, I'm going to talk about how to get to 1,000 subscribers. And then the next video will be how to get to 100,000 subscribers. And then finally, how to get to 1 million subscribers in the video after that. I'll also have a video in which I talk about a couple of unorthodox methods of getting subscribers if you're new to YouTube and you're trying to get your first 100 subscribers. So follow along, and I'll see you in the next video, and let's talk about getting your first 100 subscribers. Reaching your first 100 subscribers. Now, for some people, 100 subscribers may not seem much. And for others, 100 subscribers seems a lot. Now, obviously, if you want to get 100,000 or 1 million subscribers, 100 subscribers may not mean much. But you know what? It is an important milestone to get your first 100 subscribers because it shows that you're gaining momentum with your new channel. So if you want to reach your first 100 subscribers, let's get a few fundamentals down first. Okay, when you upload your videos, for example, first make it private. Okay, this way you can focus on optimizing the video. Take the time to optimize the title, description, your tags, and also if you want, you can transcribe the video and also create a custom thumbnail. Right now, what I use to create my thumbnails is canva.com. And successful YouTubers have realized it's the thumbnail and the titles that's driving the click-through rates. Your thumbnail and title has to make people want to click on your videos. Now, here's a quick tip. A thumbnail that have faces on it, that has the YouTuber's face on it, usually do the best. Okay, and titles that do well are lists and questions. An example of this can be 5 steps to getting 6-pack abs. You're also going to want to add a link in the description to your subscription link. Okay, and of course, in your videos, you should have a call to action at the end asking your viewers to click on the subscribe button, and also on the bell. The bell button is what notifies people when your new videos are released. Now, once your videos are optimized, you can set it to public so that the public can view your videos. Now, when it comes to making your videos, you want to focus on quantity over quality. You want to make as many videos as you can. Don't strive for perfection. However, also try not to create crappy videos. And don't worry about investing hundreds or thousands of dollars on new equipment. At least not yet. You're still starting out, you're still trying to get experience. And you know what? Your subscribers, or the few subscribers that you have, they've already chosen to subscribe to you based on your current quality anyways. So they're not expecting you to improve your quality. Now, as you make more videos, your videos will naturally get better anyways. Now, unfortunately, if you have a new and a small channel, it's very unlikely that YouTube will promote your videos, and that it will be very difficult for people to see or to find your videos. So you have to find other ways for your videos to be found. For example, you can find out where your potential viewers hang out online, whether it be Facebook groups, blogs, forums, etc. So you have to be proactive here. You can't just sit back and relax and wait for YouTube to get all the traffic to your videos. However, you can do that, but it will just take a lot longer for you to get to your first 100 subscribers. Now, once you find out where your potential viewers are hanging out online, try to share that video on those platforms. Okay, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook groups, etc. And lastly, you should engage and interact. Comment on your own videos and also on all the places where your video is being shared. Doing this will create a community of your own. And the higher that your engagement rates are for your videos, the more likely that your videos will rank high on the search engine on YouTube. How to get to 1,000 subscribers. Now that you've reached 100 subscribers, let's go for your next milestone. You're going to need a game plan for your channel. And you know what? You're going to have to be more ruthless with your time and your content. And it's time to start working with other YouTubers. Give them shoutouts. And don't just ask for the much bigger YouTubers for shoutouts, but also ask the people who are on your level or even below you. You're also going to want to start using YouTube's analytics tools so that you know when people are abandoning your videos and what's causing them to leave. You're going to want to find out how your viewers are finding you and how well your engagement is. And you need to track what you need so you can make adjustments for the future. You can also see which of your videos are producing the most amount of subscribers. So keep creating more videos like that. You have to give people what they want and stop making content that's not getting as much views as your other content. So basically, you have to find patterns that impact your audience. So when you shoot your next videos, you can shoot them in a way that have better audience retention. Now, when you're trying to rank your videos on YouTube search engines, YouTube values watch time more than how well your videos are optimized for keywords. So now you need to focus on ways to increase the watch time on your videos. You need to get as much watch time as you can on your videos within the first week of them being published, because that will greatly influence its rankings on YouTube's search engines. Now that you've reached 1,000 subscribers and you have the ball rolling, let's start looking at the bigger picture here, and let's aim for 100,000 subscribers. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's not easy, and you're going to need to be consistent. You should try to make a schedule if you haven't already, whether it's making 1 video per week or 3 videos per week or even 5 videos a week if you can. But find a schedule that's right for you and try not to burn yourself out. You also have to start thinking about investing in better equipment. You have to up your game here. Some YouTubers have invested over tens of thousands of dollars in camera equipment alone. You're going to also want to invest in better computers and other types of equipment for your studio. You should also start doing collaborations if you haven't already. I know of one YouTuber that grew by 1,000 subscribers in one day when they first did a collaboration. Before that, their biggest day was 150 subscribers. If you collaborate with a lot of people, you're going to be crossing audiences and you're going to be able to grow your subscribers by leaps and bounds. Now, I know I've talked about SEO and optimizing your videos in previous videos, but I just want to remind you to keep focusing on SEO, okay? And a couple of things I haven't mentioned before are to get other tools outside of YouTube. For example, you can get a free tool called keywordtool.io to give you ideas on what to name your titles and see what people are searching for. You can also get a Chrome extension called Keywords Everywhere. Use this to find what keywords are being searched for on Google and YouTube. Another Chrome extension you can get is called vidIQ. This helps you get keyword ideas and helps you with your tags. So it's similar to TubeBuddy. And another quick SEO tip here is to name your thumbnail because this affects your SEO. I cannot stress SEO enough here because it's going to play a big part in your success on YouTube and in your goals of getting up to 100,000 subscribers. Getting to 1 million subscribers. Well, that was a big milestone, getting to 100,000 subscribers. Now, the next milestone is to go for 1 million subscribers. And you know what? You're going to need a little bit of help and some luck as well. But you have to realize that the growth or your growth on YouTube is exponential, or at least that's how it works for most YouTubers. And what this means is that in, for example, 6 months, you'll be growing at a faster rate than at the rate that you're growing now. So it's unpredictable as to how many subscribers you're going to have in 6 months to a year from now. Of course, it all depends on your work ethic and the amount of effort you put into this and how many videos you're making. But let's state the obvious here. Getting to 1 million subscribers is no small feat. It is difficult to get there. Now, one area that you're going to need some love in is in the suggested and recommended bar of YouTube. When you're on YouTube, you're watching a video, you see on the right side of that page, there's going to be suggested videos for you. And most of those videos are related to the video that you're watching. So basically, getting your video in the suggested bar there is going to help you and is going to get you or help you get a lot of views and subscribers. Unfortunately, nobody except for YouTube knows YouTube's formula for putting your video in the suggested bar. But obviously, if you make a video that's related to someone's, there's a chance yours will show up there. So just imagine if you have a video that comes up beside PewDiePie's video, you can have views coming in for months. And with those views, subscribers follow. Now, for those of you who don't know who PewDiePie is, he's probably the biggest YouTuber out there, probably with the most subscribers. To increase your chances of showing up in the suggested bar is to make videos based on a trendy or popular topic and then putting your own spin on it and making it unique and having your own unique angle to it. So one of your aims should be for your videos to be shown in the suggested bar. Another key to getting 1 million subscribers, although it is not guaranteed, is to try to create that one video that gets people out of the chairs. If you're going to try to do this, you can't really play it safe. You always have to try to push the boundaries. You might even have to make a controversial video to go viral. And you know what? It's actually the video that you're scared of making that is usually the one that's going to change your life. Because it's those types of videos that are pushing the boundaries. And you have to ask yourself as well, does your content move your audience? So don't be afraid and dare to be different. Lastly, another key that I want to mention here is for you to continue collaborating with other people.
In this presentation, I'm going to provide you with the 3 steps you need to take to be more successful on YouTube. With 1 billion users and over 300 hours of content uploaded every minute, YouTube is an incredibly powerful tool for any business. If you can understand the platform, you'll be rewarded handsomely through increased brand awareness and sales. To be effective and become successful on YouTube, you need to follow these 3 steps. Number 1, define your choice. You need to carve out your niche and ask yourself what it is you want people to understand about your business. You won't be successful if you merely mimic what's already been successful. You can't be afraid to be completely different or put your own spin on formats that already exist. Whether you decide to do something entirely new or using a traditional format, it is essential that you approach it with a unique voice. Step number 2, develop your content strategy. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make when you consider your content for YouTube is that a viral video is the only YouTube strategy that is effective. Successful brands know that to grow their channels, they need to create new content continuously. You have to have structure and a solid strategy behind your YouTube content, or else your channel will be nothing more than a place to dump videos. Step number 3, collaborate with the community. Creators that had no budget started a majority of the most subscribed to channels on YouTube. They become successful on the platform because they were forced to focus on building relationships with their viewers and other channels. If you want to make the most out of YouTube, then you have to think like a creator and grow your channel through collaborations. Search for other YouTube channels that are relevant to your target audience and topic and start a conversation with them. Building your YouTube channel may seem a bit daunting, but if you follow these 3 steps, you'll grow your channel quickly. When you show up week after week and provide your viewers with high-quality, consistent content, you'll find success in no time. In this tutorial, I'm going to share with you 4 strategies for creating a branded YouTube channel. Believe it or not, there was a time when businesses and marketers shied away from publishing content on YouTube. These days, however, YouTube has become a prevalent platform for companies to promote their brands. If you're interested in developing a YouTube channel or your current one requires a facelift, these 4 strategies will help you get started with the process. Avoid overcommitting. If you run a business, your time is probably already pretty stretched. However, if you want to have a successful YouTube channel for your brand, then you need to spend the time creating high-quality content. One way you do this without overcommitting yourself is to outsource the work. Make sure that you can find someone who is already set up and can quickly implement your strategy. Have them upload your content, develop your titles, descriptions, and tags, and have them monitor your comments, subscriptions, and put them in charge of optimizing your channel. Don't just repurpose old content. While you should post your TV commercials online, you don't want them to be the only kind of content on your channel. Television commercials are designed for a one-way medium. While your viewers might want to have the ability to view your ads on demand, if that's all you have to offer them, they will never revisit your company's channel. YouTube provides you with the opportunity to push your brand past the traditional marketing tactics and create high-quality videos that address multiple viewers and a variety of needs. Broadcast your best self. You want to make the feature video on your channel the most entertaining and best piece of content. If that means you have a funny commercial or a video that is cleverly written, then that's what you need to do. When a viewer visits your channel, you only have one chance to make an impression on them, so make sure you take advantage of the opportunity. Make a menu of content for everyone. YouTube is nothing more than a search engine for videos. You need to create tailored content that takes into consideration what consumers are currently searching for, or what they need to know about your product or service. If you build the right videos, when a consumer is searching for information about your competitors, they'll come to your video first. An excellent place to start is by creating instructional and how-to videos. YouTube has become a powerful tool that can be used in your overall marketing strategy to increase awareness about your brand. These 4 strategies will help you create a branded YouTube channel that will gain subscribers.
Now, when you're first starting out and you have a few subscribers, or maybe you don't have any subscribers at all, it's going to be hard for you to get to that first 100 subscriber mark, as I mentioned in another video. And unfortunately, YouTube doesn't really promote videos that are created by YouTube channels with a few subscribers or that are new. So you're really going to have to do some hustling here, and you can share your videos on social media. That works. But in this video, let me share with you a couple of unorthodox methods of getting subscribers. Method 1 is to leave replies to comments that ask for subscribers. And you may have seen this when you're watching a video and then you also check on the comments, or you're reading the comments below the videos. And sometimes people will ask for other people to subscribe to their channel, and in return, they'll return the favor. So what you're going to want to do is reply to 15 to 20 comments every day for 1 month or more. Of course, if time is limited for you, you can reply to only 5 or as many as you can every day, or it doesn't even have to be every day, but just try to do this every once in a while. You're also going to want to leave comments on small channels and ask for sub. And you can also go to subscriber forums. You could do a Google search for subscriber forums, and as you'll see, there are countless sub for sub transactions going on there. Now, method 2 is very unique. One guy got over 200 subscribers on his first day doing this. And what you do is you have to look for massive YouTube channels in your niche. And what you would do is you would subscribe to them and hit their bell button. When you press the bell button, what that does is it'll notify you whenever a new video is released by that YouTube channel. Now, as soon as they upload a new video and you get notified, immediately leave a comment on their video and talk about your upcoming video that's related to that video. Now, you have to leave a comment in the first minute or so that your comment could get to the top of the comment section. Now, the person that got over 200 subscribers doing this method, what he did was he also logged out and signed into his other YouTube accounts and used those to like his original comment so that the engagement will help put his original comment to the top. Now, when you are leaving a comment, remember to also compliment the YouTube channel first.
In this presentation, I'm going to share with you 4 ways to create a popular YouTube channel for your business. With close to 1 billion unique viewers every month, YouTube has become an excellent tool for marketing your business. However, if you don't have the viewers or your viewers haven't increased in a while, then it might be time for you to rethink your strategies. Here are 4 ways that you can create a popular YouTube channel for your business. Design your brand. You'll need to determine what the overall theme of your videos are going to be and how you want your YouTube channel to be known. With the massive influx of video being uploaded to YouTube every day, you need to make sure that your videos have a unique quality that will make them stand out from the crowd. The name of your YouTube channel should also incorporate what kinds of videos your viewers can expect from your channel. It will also help to include your business logo. That will help to attract and keep people's attention. Produce quality videos. While you may produce extremely creative videos or thought-provoking, if the production value of the video is low quality, no one will continue to play it after the first few seconds. Do yourself a favor and invest in a high-quality camera that can capture videos in HD. Luckily, many of the smartphones on the market today can do this. If your YouTube channel primarily uses graphics, make sure to use a video editing program that is recommended by the professionals. Complete the description. Make sure that you are completing the description for each video and are optimizing it with relevant keywords. The description is where you can freely state anything you want about the video. The description allows viewers to know more about the video before and after watching it. Not only is giving complete information professional, but it also lets your viewers know that you are serious about what you are doing. Work on your tags. The tags allow your videos to be categorized and appear easily in YouTube searches. Make sure that the tags that you use are relevant to your video. Avoid using popular tags that are currently trending on YouTube. If your video is about making cookies from scratch, put that specific tag first, followed by the more generic ones. If you want to increase your popularity on YouTube, then you need to focus on creating the best YouTube channel as you can. Utilize these 4 techniques to create a popular YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you 5 tactics to get more subscribers on YouTube. If you want to gain the attention of YouTube's algorithm, then you need to have a lot of subscribers to your channel. Even though Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram have stolen the social media spotlight over the last several years, YouTube is still an incredible marketing channel for any business. If you're just starting to build your YouTube channel, here are 5 tactics for getting free subscribers on YouTube. Start promoting your channel. There are thousands of videos online about how to hack YouTube to gain more subscribers. Unfortunately, most of these turn out to be illegitimate and a waste of your time. If you are just getting started, then you have to bite the bullet and do the work to get more subscribers. The best way to do this is to create engaging content and ruthlessly promoting it on your other social media channels. Take the time to build a plan to promote your channel if you want to get more subscribers. Create frequent content. The best way that you can get more subscribers to your YouTube channel is by creating high-quality content consistently. Posting content every week helps you to retain subscribers, which is another important metric of YouTube, as well as attracting new subscribers. When you increase the amount of content that you publish, you also increase the number of places that you'll be found by people online. Promote your channel with Facebook groups. No matter what topic you're interested in or what business you have, you can find a group on Facebook for most topics. Find relevant groups by searching a keyword in the filter of groups in the search bar. Narrow down your list to 10 to 20 relevant Facebook groups, and then add a comment to the discussion telling people about your YouTube channel. Create searchable titles. If you want your videos to be found by your target audience, then you need to spend a few minutes creating SEO-focused descriptions and titles. An easy way to do this is by typing in the YouTube search bar the keywords that you're planning on using in your title and see what search results come up. When you find keywords that show a lot of results, create titles using the best keywords and include them in your video description. Create playlists to convert searchers to subscribers. Creating playlists on YouTube is a great way to boost content consumption, boost watch time, and retain subscribers. Rather than creating different playlists, you can create a track of content for new users to watch. Gaining more subscribers on YouTube is imperative for your business if you want to get noticed by its algorithm. Implementing these 5 tactics will help you increase your subscribers. In this tutorial, I'm going to share with you the 5 things you need to know before you start a YouTube channel for your business. Having a YouTube channel for your business can help you reach your target audience, generate more leads, and bring success to your business. If you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel to help promote your brand, here are 5 things you need to know. Always put content first. You have to take the time to figure out what kind of videos you're going to create. While it might be fun to participate in whatever video trend is currently happening, you have to focus on what will bring you new subscribers and what will keep them coming back for more. You need to make sure that you are posting new content consistently if you want to build an audience. Make sure your thumbnails are on point. When you make sure that the thumbnails displayed on your channel are on point, you can significantly improve your video views. However, if you get it wrong, it will end up turning people away from your channel. You want to make sure your thumbnail is clear, simple, and immediately catches your viewers' eyes. Collaborate with others. Find other YouTube creators that are in your industry and collaborate with them on some cross-branding incentives. Focus on working with other channels that have the same amount of subscribers as you do. Not only will this allow you to grow your YouTube audience, but will also increase awareness of your brand. Aim for nice-looking videos. While the videos of your favorite YouTubers look effortless, the truth is that they are more than likely using a variety of expensive equipment to get high-quality videos. When it comes to your videos, don't worry about spending your hard-earned cash on expensive equipment because your videos don't have to be Hollywood productions. Make sure the lighting is good by placing a bunch of lamps around the room and keep the camera still by using a tripod or a pile of books. You want to focus on making videos that are good enough, not ones that will break the bank. Make sure your branding is clear. You need to make sure that people remember your video. Make sure that you create a memorable and straightforward channel name, and be sure to include a beautiful, eye-catching logo on your channel. Nothing is stopping you from creating your own YouTube channel for your business. However, by keeping these 5 things in mind when you get started can go a long way toward making sure your channel gets noticed. In this presentation, I'm going to share with you 6 secrets for growing your YouTube channel. For several years, video marketing has been on the rise. Consumers today spend billions of hours every day watching videos. If you want to leverage the power of YouTube, the world's second largest search engine, here are 6 secrets to help you do that. Create your videos based on a single topic or keyword. Similar to a blog post, you need to identify the keywords you want to target when you are planning your video. Picking a keyword before you create your video will allow you to better plan the content you want to share. Another reason to choose your keywords beforehand is so you can incorporate them into your video script. Repeating your keywords multiple times will help you rank higher. Optimize your title and description. If you want your videos to rank high on YouTube's search feature, then you need to optimize both your video title and description. While your title needs to be catchy, it also needs to have the keywords that you want to be ranked for in the title. This goes for the video description as well. You need to treat the description of your video like a summary blog post. Leverage YouTube cards. The longer someone stays on your YouTube channel, the better ranked they will be. You can see the exact points where viewers tend to abandon your videos with your YouTube video analytics. You can use this information to add recommended videos with YouTube cards at the precise point where viewers are leaving. This allows users to check out your other videos and stay on your channel. Leverage playlist URLs. At the end of your videos, YouTube will show a list of recommended videos for the viewer to watch next. Sometimes they will be your videos, other times they'll be for other channels. You can use well-crafted playlists to keep users on your channel. When a viewer starts to watch one of your videos in your playlist, the platform will auto-cue the next video in your playlist to keep the viewer engaged. The best part is that they can be triggered anywhere in the video with a unique URL. Engage with your audience. If you have high engagement on your YouTube channel, you'll be rewarded with higher rankings. It is incredibly important to engage with your viewers in the comment section of your video. You want to try to respond to every comment that you receive. This not only helps with your video engagement, but it will also help you mold your community as you see fit. Keep your related channels on. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is turning off YouTube's related channels feature. When you turn off this feature, you end up removing yourself from YouTube's recommendations. This means that you will lose the network's effect that makes YouTube the powerhouse that it is. If you are on YouTube, then you probably are looking for good ways to grow your business's YouTube channel. These 6 secrets will help you optimize your YouTube channel and increase your subscribers. In this tutorial, I'm going to provide you with 6 tips to help you grow your YouTube channel. When it comes to finding success on YouTube, it can be challenging to produce algorithm-friendly content that will attract more viewers and keep them watching. Here are 6 tips for optimizing your video content on YouTube to grow your subscribers. Tip number 1. Post multiple times a week. Recent reports have uncovered that channels that post more videos than once a week are performing better than those who don't and are receiving more recommended views. If you can, try posting a video 3 or more times a week to your channel. Keeping a regular schedule can quickly raise your channel in YouTube's algorithm. Tip number 2. Start each video with a hook. The way you will hook your viewers will depend on you and your content. If you have a video that shows a project, make sure you show the result at the beginning of your video. Providing videos with a stunning result increases their interest in how you achieved it. Stories are another way to pique the interest of your viewers. When you start with a story, viewers will want to stick around to see how it ends. Tip number 3. Keep opening credits and titles brief. People have short attention spans, so including a long title or credit sequence at the start of your video will cause viewers to lose interest. Long opening sequences also discourage binge watching because other viewers don't want to see the same long sequence over and over again. Instead, you want to make sure your opener isn't longer than 5 seconds. Tip number 4. Add end screens. End screens are interactive elements in your video that link to your channel, other videos, or webpage. These can be only added in the last 20 seconds of a video, so you need to plan where to place the end screens. End screens tend to work best when the on-screen presenter is still talking and providing information. Tip number 5. Edit out distractions. Meandering talking, long pauses, and bouncing from one subject to another will have your viewers looking for more exciting videos. You want to keep the tangents to a minimum and avoid giving viewers reasons to click away. Tip number 6. Design eye-catching thumbnails. Thumbnails can make or break your YouTube success. Suggested videos are the leading source of organic traffic, which means that your video thumbnail needs to stand out when it appears in the suggested video section of the platform. If you want to grow your YouTube channel, then you need to develop content that keeps your viewers and algorithm in mind. These 6 tips can get you well on your way to creating content that will help you grow your YouTube channel. In this presentation, I'm going to provide you with 5 tips that will help you improve your YouTube search rankings. There are thousands of videos uploaded to YouTube every day, which means there is a lot of competition on the video platform. Understanding how you can take advantage of the platform's algorithm can help more people see your videos and channel. Here are 5 tips to help you improve your search rankings on YouTube. Tip number 1. Align your content with viewer searches. To outrank the competition, your YouTube content needs to include the exact words and phrases that are being used in searches by people who are looking for content like yours. Many free and paid tools can provide you with insights into what people are searching for on the platform. After you've identified the best keywords to use, incorporate them into your content. Tip number 2. Maximize video watch time. One of the most important ranking factors on YouTube is watch time. If you don't have strong watch times, your videos will fall in rank. The watch time isn't just about the total minutes watched, but the percentage of the video viewed. The best way to help you increase watch time is to get rid of long intros and outros. Tip number 3, drive longer channel sessions. You have to get people to watch more than one of your videos. While all channels want this, not many of them are actively encouraging viewers to watch more videos. If your channel can consistently start people watching YouTube for extended periods, your channel will be rewarded by getting ranked higher on YouTube search. A good tactic for encouraging viewers to watch more videos is to use clickable thumbnails or end cards. Tip number 4, keep your content consistent. Like Google, YouTube likes authority, so if you regularly upload videos focused on the same topic for many years, then you will be much more likely to rank higher for related search terms. When it comes to choosing topics, it's best to pick a narrow niche and stick with it. Tip number 5, cultivate audience engagement. While comments, shares, and likes are great for providing social proof, and comments are a great way to gain feedback and insight from your audience, switching up your call to action to encourage engagement can give you a healthy boost in the search algorithm. As with any social media platform that you use for your business, you'll only get out of YouTube what you put into it. If you want to improve your search ranking, then you should consider these 5 steps. In this tutorial, I'm going to provide you with the do's and don'ts of starting a YouTube channel for your brand. Starting a channel on YouTube is relatively simple, but getting found among the millions of channels can present a bit of a challenge. Your YouTube channel represents your niche, which you need to ensure is presented creatively if you want to stand out from the competition. Here are some of the do's and don'ts for starting a YouTube channel. Do: make sure everything is set up properly. The lighting and camera setup for recording your video is crucial. Having efficient lighting and a quality camera play a significant role in being able to deliver a high-quality video. Once you decide to set up a YouTube channel for your brand, it is essential that you set up everything before you start. Do: collaborate. Collaborating with other professionals in your industry is a great way to expand the reach and target a broader audience across the platform. Talk with other professionals in your niche and ask them if you can host a guest video for them. Collaborating in this manner to cross-promote products can help you reach more of your target audience. Do: tag your videos. Tagging your videos is incredibly important if you want to attract an audience. Take the time to research appropriate keywords that are searched for often concerning your niche. Tag your videos appropriately to attract more high-quality subscribers to your channel. Don't publish all your videos at once. The best way to attract new subscribers and keep them is by publishing new videos on a schedule. The best way to set up a new channel is by posting a video once a week for at least 4 months. To increase your subscribers, plan to post a new video at the same time every week so that your audience will have something to look forward to. Don't neglect the audience engagement. If you want to grow your channel and be seen as an authority in your industry, it is imperative to interact with your subscribers. Don't fail to reply to comments left on your channel and take any feedback you receive to heart. Don't publish low-quality videos. Your YouTube channel is a product of your business and represents your brand. Publishing low-quality videos to your channel will reflect on the standards of quality that your company holds. Having poor audio, lighting, or camera work will drive viewers to another channel. Utilizing YouTube to promote your business can be very lucrative. To ensure that you have the best chance for success, be sure to take these do's and don'ts into account when you're setting up your YouTube channel. In this presentation, I'm going to share with you the top ways to get more traffic to your YouTube channel. While YouTube has become an excellent tool for businesses to promote their brand, the competition is fierce. Every day there are thousands of videos uploaded to YouTube, so the question becomes, how can your business stand out from the crowd and gain more viewers and subscribers? If you have videos on YouTube, use these tips to boost your traffic and video rankings on YouTube. Tip number 1. Use rich keywords on your video tags. The more keywords that you put in your videos, the more opportunities that you have for people to find your video. For example, let's say your video is about peanuts. If you only use the word peanuts as a tag, then your video may appear when that keyword is searched for, but if you insert a network of related keywords, you can open a huge door for people to find your video. Using the tags field correctly and adding as many relevant tags that you can think of will help you get more traffic to your channel. Tip number 2. Transcribe your videos and post it to your video description. Websites can't accurately fetch keywords that are spoken in videos, so for the time being, written keywords are still a significant factor when it comes to video rankings. If you have a presentation video, transcribe your words to get lots of SEO juice to increase your ranks. Paste the transcription into your video description field and watch your traffic grow. Tip number 3, insert keywords into your titles. YouTube is right behind Google in terms of search engines. This means that the majority of people will find your videos through keywords. One of the most significant factors in video placement for keywords is having them in your video title. So you want to make sure that you place keywords that are relevant in your video title. Tip number 4, direct tons of links to your video. External SEO is not only a great way to boost rankings for pages on your website, but it also plays a significant role in rankings of YouTube videos. When you have a lot of high-authority websites directing links to your YouTube video, they will rank higher for their keywords, which will also boost visits to your site. Every business wants to increase the traffic to their YouTube channel. With these 4 tips, you can bring more traffic to your videos and expand your brand authority.
Hello and welcome to this video course on ranking your YouTube channel higher. All right, so this is video number 1, and this is going to be the introduction to the YouTube video traffic course. Now, before we talk about the course, I want to make sure that you're in the right mindset. So I want to say that the goal here is to focus on building a brand. If you can start thinking that way, you're going to have a long-term strategy which will actually help you not only in the YouTube traffic and getting ranked on YouTube and getting natural organic traffic and all of that, but it'll also help you in many other ways as well. Now, while that may not make a lot of sense right now, it will in just a second. Now, this is not about throwing hundreds or even thousands of backlinks at your YouTube channel properties or videos. What you really want to do here is to focus on quality and not quantity here. And by doing that, it will actually help you in the long run, as you'll just see in just a minute. So before we get started and talk about the course, what I want to do now is give you a quick overview of what's inside this video course. Video number 1 is the introduction, of course. Video number 2 is what this is not about. And I want to make sure that I cover this because a lot of times when we talk about ranking on YouTube or Google or getting traffic or of any sort, there's a lot of assumptions that are made. So I want to make sure that we cover those assumptions and possibly roadblocks that are blocking your way. Video number 3, we'll talk about what Google wants and the strategy. If you understand what Google wants, then it'll make more sense on what the strategy is all about and how to implement it correctly. Video number 4, we'll talk about the ring, which is the strategy here. And of course, video number 5, we'll talk about how to automate the ring. Video number 6, we'll talk about account creation. And video number 7, we'll talk about how to outsource the account creation and the very tedious process of building the ring. And of course, video number 8, we'll talk about testing this out. And while that might seem a little bit simple, it really is and does take some time to make sure that everything works. So with that said, let's talk about getting started and what you're going to need. You're obviously going to need a product or service to sell. You're going to need to have a YouTube channel. You're going to definitely need to have money to outsource. If you do it yourself, it's going to take about a week or sometimes 2 weeks. But once it's set up and is good to go, then everything is automated. But at the end of the day, your time is valuable, so I recommend just outsourcing this process. But knowing how everything works and all of that will allow you to teach whoever you outsource this to, or you can pick and choose people that we will recommend that we have used personally to set things up for you as well. So with that said, let's move on to video number 2. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 2. And we're going to talk about what this is not. One of the biggest mistakes that we see a lot of people make is they assume that they know certain things, they know the strategy, they bring in what they already know and what they've seen work, and automatically assume that that is what the strategy is about. But by doing that, what ends up happening is we see that people set themselves up for failure. And we don't want that for you. We want you to be able to succeed as much as possible. So that's why I'm covering what this is not. All right. So to ensure that you're able to successfully implement this strategy, we want to discuss things that you do not want to do. So as I mentioned earlier in the previous video, this is not about throwing hundreds or even thousands of backlinks at your YouTube channel or at your properties. In fact, YouTube has become very, very smart in figuring out if you are actually gaming the system. So what we're trying to do here is think of a strategy that works long term. So you want to focus on quality and not quantity here. It's better to get a few backlinks that are of quality rather than getting thousands of backlinks that don't even relate to your content. And we're not talking about automated softwares either. So like I said, Google's very smart in figuring out how to detect fake backlinks or computer-generated backlinks. They're able to detect patterns. So what you're trying to do here is not follow any sort of pattern whatsoever. You want to make sure that it looks natural as possible, because otherwise Google will penalize you in the future. May not be this month, may not be this next year. It may be the 2 years later kind of thing, or it might be even this month. So what you really want to do is focus on a long-term strategy that is going to last. Now, obviously, we're not going to know exactly if the strategy is going to last or not, but part of the strategy is figuring out what Google wants and fulfilling that. Now, one secret to knowing whether a strategy will last or not is to ask yourself these questions. So this strategy, along with other strategies, you should ask this question over and over. Is this a shortcut? And does this seem spammy? And best of all, will this upset your visitors? So the people that are coming to your YouTube channel via google.com or any other site, is this going to upset them? Because if it does, then guess what? Google is not going to like what you're doing, because they care more about the people that go to Google or go to YouTube and type in a keyword. They care more about them because they are who they are catering to, essentially. So now that that is out of the way, let's discuss what Google wants, which is really the crucial step in understanding why the strategy will work. So now that you have an idea, don't upset the visitors. If it's spammy, if it's a shortcut, this is going to upset them, right? So what is it that Google wants in relation to this? Well, we'll talk about that in the next video. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 3, and this is all about what Google wants and the strategy. Now, we don't know exactly whether this is true or not, but based on the data that we have seen and based on the data that not only has worked for us, but for many others, is that Google likes brands. Now, it's not necessarily that they are particularly liking brands because brands make a lot of money or anything like that. But what we've realized are certain variables that make a brand stand out. So they don't exactly go out and tell people that they like brands, but based on the data that we've seen, we have seen brands rank better. So why is that? Why is it that Google seems to rank brands better? It's because brands last long term. and they oftentimes provide value. Remember, going back to what makes the visitors happy, it's the value that they are offering, right? At least the majority. So you'll notice that brands tend to have a really good following of fans that love their content. So why is that important? Well, their concern isn't really necessarily the brand, but giving people that are searching certain keywords on Google or YouTube, giving them what they want. Now, you'll notice that brands attract a consistent following as well. So Google likes it when they find that there's not only a good following, but a good engaging and good interaction. So their fans click and engage with their content more. And YouTube likes that. They love engagement. If you take a look at videos that rank really well, you'll notice commonality, and you'll notice that they have a lot of likes, they have a lot of comments. Essentially, they have engagement. And engagement is essentially the currency of YouTube. So whether somebody gets a bad comment or a good comment, a comment is a comment. A comment essentially, if you think about it, is worth about $1. Now, we're just saying that because it's like currency, engagement. Now, this means there is a higher CTR, or in other words, click-through rate. So if you have fans that really love a specific brand, they're most likely going to come back over and over again, right? So higher engagement is what Google likes to see. Higher engagement means that the fans really like the content. So this is based on the data that we have received and based on the data that we have observed. So the strategy here is to make sure that you look like a brand and you do backlinking like a brand. Make sense? So what does backlinking like a brand look like? Well, if you think about the visitors that are coming to that brand, they are looking at it, they're engaging with it, they're sharing it with their friends. Now, like I said earlier, there's no exact this is the way it is, but based on the data that we have gathered over the years and what we see, what works and what hasn't, we can safely say that looking like a brand will be better for your YouTube channel. And of course, gathering a fan base and a good following that is interacting with your content is also key. Now, if you look at brands, they have many social properties besides YouTube channels. They've got Facebook.com, they have Twitter, they have Snapchat, and more. So it only makes sense for your brand to have the same properties in your brand name and interlinking to each other, right? So let's say, for example, that you upload a video to YouTube. Then it's going to make sense for you to post that same YouTube video or share it via Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and more. So essentially, we're interlinking them together. And that kind of brings us to this strategy, which is the ring. You're basically interlinking everything together. So like I said, for example, you post a video on YouTube, it needs to be pushed to Twitter, your Facebook fan page, and other social properties. And fortunately, because everything is going to be automated, once you do that, it will trigger and it will automate the whole process. So it makes sense because your fans will be located at these different social properties. So some people will be at Facebook, some people will prefer Twitter, and some people will prefer maybe Snapchat or Instagram and other social properties. But if you think about it, it sounds very time consuming and tedious, right? And yes, it is, but once everything is set up, it will actually make your life a lot easier. But like I said, don't worry, we're going to show you how to speed things up with a few dollars. So with that said, let's move on to video number 4. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 4. And we're going to talk about the ring, which is the strategy. So in the previous video, we discussed why having different social media properties interlinked together can help Google see you as a brand who is sharing your content to your audience. In other words, these aren't just random backlinks, but links from big sites that are branded towards your company. And this is why this is super targeted and is much more powerful than a simple backlink. Make sense? So now let's take a look at what this looks like in real life. So let's head on over to our nifty mind mapping software. I'm going to map things out so that you're going to be able to visually see how it all works. Okay, so to better understand how this works, we're going to map things out. Now, before we map things out, I want to start with some basics, and let's just pull this out here. So essentially the concept here is, as you're building your brand, you're going to have many different social properties. And let's say, for example, this is the Facebook fan page. So that's your fan page. And we've got the YouTube channel over here because that is our end goal, is to have our YouTube channel get ranked higher. So essentially what we're doing is we're getting a backlink from this to here. And this could be Facebook, it could be Twitter, it could be Instagram, it could be any other social media platform. But it has to be branded towards you. It can't just be somebody else's fan page unless it is actually related. But if it's related, and if it's branded as yours and it's linking to your YouTube channel, that essentially is a vote of confidence, but also it shows YouTube that you're interlinking. So that's basically the concept here. Now, if we dig a little deeper, basically what we want to set up is every time we upload a YouTube video and it gets posted, maybe it gets posted publicly, what ends up happening is we push that YouTube video and get it embedded onto the Facebook fan page, the Twitter page, the WordPress page, and all of that. So we'll put Twitter. And we'll do WordPress. So as you can imagine, you've got the centerpiece here. You've got different social media platforms that are posted. Now, there isn't necessarily a set rule where you have to post it to X amount of social media properties. It can be 5, it can be 10, it could be 20, it could be different social media platforms. But in order to execute this and get it correctly, you will need to make sure that the platform that we use to automate this process actually supports that specific social media platform. So essentially this is what works, and this is basically what it is. So obviously, in order to get this to work, you'll need to have a YouTube channel, you'll need to have the Facebook fan page, you'll need to have all these items in hand. So you'll need to have the username and password and all that. And we'll talk more about account creation later, but I just wanted to give you kind of a gist of what everything looks like and the visual map of it all. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 5. We're going to talk about how to automate the ring. Now that you understand how everything is interlinked, how everything is connected, and how you can kind of be creative and make your own ring. So after viewing the previous video, you can imagine how tedious and overwhelming it is to have to maintain the ring, much less get it set up yourself. But lucky for you, there is a way to automate it once you have set things up. It's getting things set up is the tedious process. Now, there's a software platform called IFTTT, and there's another one called Zapier.com that allows you to automate the process of moving content all around your social properties. So you could take a YouTube video and have it pushed to your WordPress site. And by pushed, I mean have it embedded on your WordPress site and then have it shared on your Facebook fan page, your Twitter page, your Instagram, and all of that. So you have essentially what we call triggers, that whenever the trigger happens, then this something else happens. So what IFTTT stands for is if, then, this, that. So if this happens, then what kind of deal. Now, between the two, Zapier will cost you a lot of money after a while. A lot of times they'll give you some free triggers and zaps, which is what they call it. And beyond that, it will cost money. Whereas with IFTTT, it's just as good, but it's free. So let's hop on over and show you how IFTTT works. Okay, so if you head on over to ifttt.com, that's ifttt3ts.com, you'll see this page. You can go ahead and create an account, and you'll find a lot of really cool, interesting triggers, is what we call it, in IFTTT. So what a trigger is let's say you upload a YouTube video, and then the system detects that the video has been uploaded. What do you want to happen after that happens? So if YouTube video has been uploaded, then post it to WordPress. Then after that, take the post on WordPress, maybe post it elsewhere, or post a YouTube video to Twitter, and so forth and so forth. So as you can imagine, this does get tedious, but if you map things out, if you know ahead of time what it's going to look like, then you can simply look at it and say, okay, I'm pointing YouTube to Twitter. So anytime video has been uploaded to YouTube, then it simply gets pushed or embedded into Twitter. So we need to make a IFTTT trigger for that. So to do that, it's very easy. All you have to do is go to My Applets up here, and you can do a search for applets. Now services over here, I'm not going to click that, but this tab here allows you to essentially connect to all of the services that you're going to be using. So for example, as you can see here, I've got Tumblr to Weebly, RSS to Google Drive, a YouTube like to OneNote, YouTube like to Facebook page. And the reason why you might want to have YouTube likes is, let's say for example that you already have maybe 50 videos on your YouTube channel, but you want to find a way to get those videos embedded. So what we figured out is that YouTube likes is the way to go. So obviously you can't re-upload a video that hasn't already been uploaded and is already getting thousands of views. The way you go about it is create a YouTube like trigger so that you can simply like it, and then it gets posted to throughout your network. Now, as you can see here, you can easily get lost in the mix of everything. So that's why I said visually map everything out first, and then from that point, then you can simply go in and set things up. So like Blogger to Weebly, YouTube to Facebook, YouTube to Blogger, YouTube to Instapaper, YouTube to DIIGO, YouTube to Google Plus page via Buffer, and all that. And we got YouTube to Tumblr, YouTube to Twitter. So it can go on and on and on if you really wanted to, or you can simply pick and choose what you want and what you don't want and go from there. Now, in order to turn them on, you can simply click here to turn them on. But for the sake of just showing you, this is what it looks like. So as you can see, the Tumblr to Weebly is activated. So when it is activated, it'll have the on button and the green light. Hello and welcome to video number 6, and we're going to talk about account creation. Okay, so obviously in order to set up the IFTTT ring, you need to have accounts for all of your branded social properties. So in other words, you need to have the username and password for Facebook, for Twitter, for all the other social media properties. Now, obviously, if you already have some, then great. You don't have to create those. But for the ones that you do not have, you want to be able to create those. Now, while that does sound very simple, there's a few things that you really need to focus on. So to make sure that you're successfully able to do this without risking your accounts being closed, and that does happen, we're going to cover a few things that you must do with all of your accounts. In fact, some of our accounts have been banned or closed by mistake because it has to be done a certain way. So you need to make sure that you have everything correct. Now, first, you need to have an email address, preferably a Gmail account or an email account that is reliable. And you need to have one email address for that. Typically, you want to have something that is branded as well, because you never know with these social media platforms if they're analyzing every step of the process. Now, most social media accounts we have found require you to have a unique telephone number. So you will need to use either yours or you'll need to get one. If you don't have one and you don't want to use your personal telephone, there are several places to get unique telephone numbers that can be used for both voice and SMS. And the reason why you want to have it for SMS as well is because some of these social media platforms will send you a text message. Now, one in particular that we use is called line2.com. That's line2.com. And of course, there are many out there, but this is just one that we have tested and it works really well. So a lot of times when you create a brand new social media property, an account, you need to have a unique telephone number. Now, the reason for needing a unique telephone number is because most social media platforms, they really want to make sure that you are legitimate, especially nowadays. They have a lot of checks and balances and things that you need to get around to make sure that your account stays open. In fact, recently Facebook has been on a major crackdown, especially with everything that's been going on in the news. They want to make sure that you are legit and that you are not fake. Another thing is you'll also need to have a short bio, a description about your business, your website URL, a picture that is yours, and a professional, or if you don't have your picture, you can use a professionally royalty-free stock photo. Now, why do you need all this information? Well, the reason why you need all this information is because when it comes to account creation, you are going to need to have every piece of these items in hand to copy and paste over. Obviously, if you outsource this process, it's going to be a lot easier. And with that case, you're definitely going to need these items. And it's just going to make your life a lot easier when you're able to copy and paste and all of that. Your picture is actually very important because even Facebook will review photos on all accounts to make sure that fake accounts are not created. In fact, we created an account one time and it was using kind of a fake image. And even though it was royalty free and all of that, Facebook declined it and in fact did not approve the account. So they really want to make sure that your account is legitimate. Now, it's best if you take all this information and you write it out in an Excel spreadsheet so that you have it in hand, you have the username and passwords of all the social media properties, and you can simply log in and begin to create the accounts. So those are kind of the best practices that we have found over the years in terms of creating accounts. And while some of those seem very basic, the one that really stood out that was really important was making sure that you had that unique telephone number. Okay, so hello and welcome to video number 7. We're going to talk about outsourcing. So as you can imagine, creating a ring is very time consuming, especially depending on how big the ring is and how many rings there are and all of that. So it can go anywhere from a few hours to a few days to even a few weeks. And that's the reality. of it is it takes hard work, but once it is set up and running, then you will begin to get better search engine ranking and you'll be able to get more exposure. So like I said, it can take a week or two for someone who's never done this before. In fact, if you outsource it, it's most likely going to take about a week for somebody who knows how to get things done, because account creation takes a lot of time, and then connecting everything from the triggers to the if-else statements and all of that. So what we found over the years is outsourcing is worth it. It's only about $50 to $100 if your 2 weeks are worth more. Obviously, if you're struggling with money and time is of essence and you have a lot of time, then you can set these up yourself. But for the most part, we found that you really need to focus on your business and on whatever you're promoting. So go ahead and outsource this and it'll be worth your while. So let's discuss where you should go to find someone. And lucky for you, we've actually used several of these places. So we will show you particular vendors and freelancers that we have used so that you can simply just copy and paste. So what you want to do is you want to go to a specific website called legit.com with 2 I's. So LEGIIT.com. And when you get to this page, you want to type in IFTTT up at the top in the search bar, click enter, and then you're going to see a bunch of freelancers that can provide this service. So as you can see here, it says I will create an IFTT network, and as you can see, there are like 4 different rings. So typically one ring will cost you about $50. So this guy here, his name is Gemini Guy. We've actually used him before and gotten fairly good results. And what he'll do is all you have to do is give him the information for, like I said, the accounts, and have the username and password. And what we usually do is we create a brand new email account. So it's nothing related to the old business accounts or anything like that. So it's a new email account, all the information on a spreadsheet, and then we send it over to him. He creates the accounts, and then he logs into your IFTTT account, which you'll need an account for that as well. And then he'll set everything up. There's a lot of people that are doing this type of stuff. Some are doing like video embeds. And that's another thing with YouTube. One ranking factor is the more embeds, the better. But the more embeds that are done on a branded social property or a property that is actually related to your theme, that is actually better. The reason why is an embed is kind of considered a backlink to YouTube. So if we were to create a IFTT network that is specifically creating as many embeds in different social media properties, that can help as well. So we can have a ring or several rings, and on top of that, we can have video embeds. Now, the nice thing about legit.com is it's really focused on a lot of online marketing, SEO, and other different services like backlinks, PBN links, and all of that. But what we found is you don't want to get too fancy. You want to start out slow and work your way up. Because if you start just throwing a bunch of backlinks or even video embeds right away, it doesn't look natural, right? If you release a piece of content, sometimes it can take a week or weeks until you start getting hundreds or even thousands of likes or engagement. So you don't want to throw thousands or even hundreds of thousands of backlinks right away, right? So that's not going to look natural. And going back to what we talked about earlier in the previous videos, does it look natural? If it doesn't look natural or doesn't seem natural, then that can be a problem. So legit.com is an awesome site to go to. And this guy right here, Gemini Guy, like I said, is someone that we've used. Now, obviously, you can go to these other people and look at the reviews and see if they have good reviews and see what other people are saying. Hello and welcome to video number 8. This is all about testing and making sure that you understand how to test it to make sure that it works. Because I will say once these are set up. A lot of times, sometimes they work. A lot of times, sometimes one of the items throughout the line does not work. So I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot it. So whether you created the ring yourself or you hired somebody to do it, testing is very, very important. In fact, we outsource most of our rings, but yet we still have to go back and test it out. A lot of times when these freelancers are in the mode, they'll test it out, but they're really relying on you to test it out because they can't upload a YouTube video to your YouTube channel unless they have access. And a lot of times we don't give them access for, privacy and security reasons. So let's go ahead and discuss how to do that. So let's hop on back over to IFTTT and I'll show you how you need to test things out. Okay, so we're back at IFTTT, and what I recommend that you do is you open up the Excel spreadsheet that the freelancer gives you or that you've created yourself. And on that Excel spreadsheet, it should have your username and password and all the links to all of the accounts that were created. So in that case, how do we test it out? Well, obviously we're going to need to upload a video to YouTube. Now, I'm not going to do that now, but if you upload that, everything should work throughout the network. So the way you can test things out is simply by going to the websites that are in the Excel spreadsheet. So once you go there, if it has been posted, it works. If it's not working. If it's not working, then you'll need to kind of troubleshoot it, either get the guy who created the ring to help you out, or if you did it yourself, this is basically what you need to do. So you need to check through and figure out what's not working. So if we found that the YouTube video is not being posted to blogger.com, we need to figure out why. So we need to go to the applet. So this in case is the YouTube like to Blogger. So it's a little bit different than the upload to YouTube channel. But if we click on that, you can see here that we have the applet that goes from YouTube like to Blogger. So if we click on this here, you can actually get a better view of what's happening. So basically anytime a YouTube video is liked, we create a post on Blogger, we put the title, we put all this. Now we need to figure out why. Usually a lot of times the reason why it's not posting is because it's not connected to the account. So you want to make sure that it's actually connected. If it is connected, then sometimes you'll need to look at, for example, this. Is it posting the title and maybe not the video? Or is it not posting everything? If it's not posting everything, it usually means it's a connection issue. If it is posting like the title, but not the body or the YouTube, then maybe it's the embed code is incorrect. So you can check that. So really what it comes down to is just trial and error. But if you really outsource this, it's really going to be a lot easier. But that's what we found to be the case, and most of the time is that the services are not being connected. And I will say IFTTT, sometimes it can be hit or miss. And sometimes in that case, the services may or may not be working. And that's really reliant sometimes on the YouTube channel, the social media platform, and all of that. So hopefully those tips can help you along the way when it comes to testing.